Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Rooth.
Here.
Lori Sindelar. Here. Vann.
Here.
Brian Anseeuw.
Here.
Donald Bell.
Here.
Mark Bieri. Gregg.
Bieri asked to be excused, he had a matter he had to attend to.
Sharon Jones. Here. Jeff McWhorter.
Here.
Jeff Pappas.
Here. All right, in the packet, we have the minutes to the May 5th, 2005 general meeting. I'd like to make a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Minutes are approved. Next on the agenda, Crawford, Mercer County Friends of Animals. Please stand. Oh, please stand.
Yes, I would just encourage you to keep the Friends of Animals. They're very important, and when someone donates money to the Friends, we try to put it in a good cause. I don't know if any of you've known it, but we've sided the shelter, we've remodeled the shelter, we've purchased a sign, we've paid for dog bowls, we've done interior cement work, and I just encourage you, when someone donates and they want the money to go just to the animal shelter, not the whole county board fund, that you would think of the Friends of Animals.
And I think that's how it does now, right, Joe? It goes right to the, it doesn't go to the general fund, right?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, next on the agenda, CRISPR animal control fees.
Thank you. I have some concerns that I wanted to bring to the attention of the full county board. Recently, the county had an operational audit that was performed by the Bellwether Group. The auditor came out to the facility and visited with the staff for about 20 minutes and then met with some of you guys at a local restaurant. After that meeting, there were some recommendations regarding fee increases. Some of the fees are much higher than surrounding counties, and I think that may cause some adverse effects. I believe there would be more dump dogs, increase in animal control calls, potential feral dogs, which leads to more dog bites and livestock attacks, and which the county is responsible for reimbursement, and decreased revenue. Also, among some of the recommendations was the registration officer's position be eliminated, and again made a secondary job. That current registration process was a recommendation of the forensic auditors, and that position generates approximately $90,000 a year and only costs about $13,000 a year. With that revenue, animal control has been able to be more self-sustainable and taking on the added costs of the lead ACO salary and the health benefits of the employees in effort to reduce costs from the general fund. We are a small entity with a small budget, yet we have been able to keep our heads above water. However, we have voiced our concerns regarding how long we can do that and what will happen next. Unfortunately, it has been made quite clear which direction our facility is headed by the majority of our committee. Animal control staff have been able to shoulder a lot, but when we're asked to limit the amount of days a healthy, adoptable animal has, that is something we cannot shoulder. Last year, animal control spent less than $1,000 on food for animals in our care. And last year, animal control spent less than $1,000 on medical care above and beyond the county's responsibility. The only reason that we've been able to reduce those costs are strictly because of the networking among shelters, rescues, and the generosity of the public. I believe that the majority of the people care, and their involvement proves that what they are willing to do and what they have done. There is currently a non-for-profit organization that was developed strictly for Mercer County animals and to help assist us with our goals under the recommendation and guidance of the previous board, which some of you still reside. I am asking the board that they simply adopt a current euthanasia process, which will remain a collective decision rather than making it a one person, and to please inform the people of what direction you foresee for our facility. Do you wish to go back in time and be saw as the dreaded kill shelter, or would you like to continue to move forward and be a facility that our entire county can be proud of? One that does everything within its power to save the unwanted, the neglected, or the abused, to give them a second chance that so many are entitled. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, next, closed session for personnel specific, 5 ILS CS 120/2 1. Motion did Joe, did you, okay, second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carried, making a motion to go into executive session. Committee, the authority to take disciplinary action in the highway department and report back to the county board. Anybody approve that motion? Aye. Second?
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion? The motion carried. Oh, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. All right, moving along, law enforcement, Joanne.
Okay, you have, the sheriff's report and the minutes of the last meeting. I would move that they be approved.
Okay. Make that motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve those.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same time, motion carried. Okay, item, number 8, transportation, Fred.
I wanna make a, we need to have somebody,
I'll move to approve the minutes.
okay, thank you.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same time. Minutes of the transportation were approved.
And we got one more thing here to go through, the Green Township Bridge. A copy of the agreement between Green Township, Green Mercer County Highway Department and the state is included in your packet. We would like to ask the county board to approve this resolution as submitted.
You have a motion?
Also move.
Second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried. All right, item 9, Joe Vann, animal control.
I would like to move that the minutes of the animal control meeting be approved.
Okay,
I'll second that.
okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried. Okay, number 10, public health, Lori. Sindelar.
Make a motion that the public health minutes be approved.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried. Okay, assessments, Mark.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Is there any discussion?
We're
Okay,
approving.
all in favor
We're
say
approving
aye.
2 minutes,
Oh,
right?
We're approving 2 minutes, Mark, May 12th and June 2nd.
Yeah.
I'll do it first, but we can do both. Yeah.
okay, so this is approval of May 12th meeting
And June 2nd.
and June 2nd. Any further discussion on those? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried. Item 12, the zoning board, Mark.
Yes, we've got a couple, ordinances to rezone. Got an AG1 and an R1, Rich Allen, ML Hale, Ferguson.
Do you want to put the minutes first?
8 acres. Sorry, yes. Yeah, can I get a motion to do the minutes?
Also move.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? I have a couple of discussion here. I talked to Justin Cook. He's on the old business. He's trying to get a shed built on his property in New Boston, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to Vicki regarding a 50-foot easement, and it was denied for him to put any type of shed or even a temporary building on his property. It's 74 acres because of this easement. I was talking to Justin, he said that the total exceeded the amount, it's just it wasn't continuous. So I just wanted to make that note, because I haven't had a chance to talk to Vicki that, but it sounds like he should be eligible for that, to be able to construct a building on 74 acres that he has down towards New Boston. That's the only thing I wanted to say about that, so. Any other discussion?
It says here it's on skids, so it shouldn't even be a permanent building structure.
Yeah, he was told he couldn't build one on skids or permanent or temporary. So, I think that needs to be looked into.
Yeah, I was actually out of town.
He's not eligible.
What's that?
He's not eligible to build on that. The way the
So
zoning law
is it 50 feet continuous or 50 feet total? Do you know?
What do you mean 50 feet?
It says it here, it lacked an easement of 50 feet.
I don't remember the footage.
Okay.
But,
Oh, we can find out. That's just common, I wanna know.
he can't build it, he wanted to build it.
Okay.
He was denied.
So he was sent to come back.
Yeah, we'll just look at it. I'll talk to Vicki about that, so. Okay, all in favor to approve the minutes for the, zoning then? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same time? Motion carried. Okay, Mark.
Okay, we'll go through these ordinance, rezone, AG one, R1, to an R1, Richard L. and Dale Bertelson, 8.888 acres. Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor to rezone AG1 to R1 for Richard and Dale Bertelson, 8.88 acres. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same time? Okay, next item. Steve.
Same thing, ordinance to rezone an AG1 to an R1 to conditional use, Eric Skinner, 2.36 acres.
I'll move.
Okay. Is there,
I'll second.
you moved, who seconded?
Yeah, Lori.
Second.
Second.
Lori second, okay, any discussion?
Yeah,
Okay, Jim.
I had some discussion on that. I'm all in favor of business, and I don't know Mr. Skinner, I haven't seen the property. However, the use of, the conditional use isn't spelled out in this. And, it's not, well, it says conditional use as, home business, and, under our, this would be a variance from our zoning ordinances, which presently zone, a home business, it must be conducted inside the building no more than 30%. And no employees that are not immediate family, and, all employees have to be immediate family and live on the premises. Now, a waiver can be granted to this, and I would move that this be returned to the zoning board of review for additional review. I have no problems with rezoning it to an R1.
Well, my comment here, I had received a letter from Mr. Sossman the week before this was brought up, and I emailed Phyllis this weekend. My issue too is the fact that it was for conditional use for a home business, and as Joe stated, it's clearly defined in our regulations that a home business shall employ only immediate family members who reside on the premises, and that the occupant, the home business, should have parking off of the street to accommodate at least 2 cars. I've received pictures showing this property, and I believe even a survey showing that one of the buildings was approximately 2 feet into the road. So at this point, there cannot be alterations to this. It doesn't fit the home business, and I would make a motion that we take a vote on this to approve or disapprove it. Any further discussion?
Why, there is a motion.
Yeah.
There was a second.
Okay.
Okay, to approve it, and then I think you called the question, Brian, right? There was a-
Yeah.
Then Mr. Vann moved to send it back to zoning.
Which takes priority.
Send it back to zoning first, I believe,
Yeah.
if there's a second.
Is there a second to send it back to the zoning board of review for further examination?
I'll second that, that probably is what it should be sent back to the
Yeah.
zoning board, as far as I'm concerned.
I would have no problem passing it if they pass it a second time.
So this would be a motion to put it back to zoning. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
You all voted aye, or yes?
I voted aye.
I voted nay.
Nay.
I
voted nay.
I voted nay.
Okay, so there's 3 nays and 6 yeses. Motion carried.
Should I call for a, roll call vote?
I mean, we can. Do a roll call. Okay,
Yeah.
Now, this was to send it back to zoning
Yes,
for further discussion,
yes.
right? Okay.
If I can make a suggestion too, when this stuff happens, and it does, if third parties are contacting board members, then everything really should be funneled to the committee below, so this is the best thing to do. One person talks to one person, another talks to another, then I support it going back to the committee for full discussion. Do it all there.
So this is to send back the zoning for reconsideration. Fred Rooth,
Yes.
Lori Sindelar,
Yes.
Joe Vann,
Yes.
Brian Anseeuw,
no,
Donnie Bell,
No.
Mark Bieri,
Yes.
Karen Jones,
Yes.
Jeff McWhorter,
No.
Ted Pappas.
Yes.
that's right, that's what it is. Okay, motion carried. All right, Mark, next move on, number C.
Ordinance to rezone an AG one to an R1, each Byron, Lynn, KP, 1.681 acres.
Make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried.
Next up, ordinance to rezone an AG one to an R1, Lowland Farms Inc., 4.8 acres.
Motion to approve that? I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried. Okay, item 13, Tri-County Waste Management Council report, Gregg. Gregg's not here, so, and there's nothing in the packet, so. Oh, is that,
We did have a report.
do you have the report there?
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve that report. Did you want to speak?
I don't need to know.
Make a motion to approve that report.
I'll make it.
Okay, second? Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor, approve the Tri-County Waste Management Council report, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same time, motion carried. Okay, finance, Ted Pappas.
Mr. Chairman, a motion would be in order to pass the June 2nd finance committee minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
It needs to be made.
Oh,
I said the motion is in order.
I'll make a motion.
okay, okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time, motion carried.
I will make a motion to approve our claims for $240,343.21. The May claims to be paid on June 15th. Make that motion.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, make a motion to pay the claims, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time, motion carried.
I also, at the finance committee meeting, we did approve the 2016 budget process timeline and preparation guidance. I make that motion at this time, which was approved by the finance committee meeting.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Okay, approval of the 216 budget process timeline preparation guidance. Okay, item 15, resolutions and ordinance. What's that? Yeah, they're, okay, for the county holidays, there's no holidays, until after the next board meeting, so we'll go to, item B, resolution amending the county, Mercer County budget, GIS.
Wait, we're gonna have July 3rd.
Will be before our next board meeting.
Oh, it will be.
July, Independence Day, July,
Independence is Friday,
yeah,
the third, it would be.
yeah, but our next board meeting would be,
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be the,
You're on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, going back to item A, it would be making a motion to approve the county holiday of Independence Day, Friday, July 3rd, 2015.
also move.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Motion carried for the Independence Day, Friday, July 3rd. Okay, resolution amending the Mercer County budget / GIS.
I move that we approve that.
Second, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Okay, motion carried to pass the resolution amending the Mercer County budget. Okay, item C is ordinance transferring from county aid bridge fund to county highway.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time. Okay, motion carried to transfer from county bridge aid bridge to county highway. Item D, ordinance transferring from IMRF fund and Social Security to county general fund.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second it.
okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same time. Motion carried to transfer from IMRF funds and Social Security to the general, county general fund. Item E, settlement agreement and mutual release with operating engineers.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second? Any further discussion?
Yes, I have some discussion. Why I understand the agreement, has this already been accepted?
Is what?
Has it already been accepted?
It has been accepted.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, resolution for payment of delinquent taxes with title to Tim Gilmore and Bradman Seeley. PIN is 13-23-23-303-001. The motion.
So moved. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time, motion carried. G is the Mercer County prevailing wage ordinance, 2015 to 16.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? Now this is, I have discussion here, this is mandated by the state, not necessarily.
And the state is the one that comes up with the figure.
Exactly. All right, so, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time, motion carried. Okay, Mercer County FTE resolution. The motion to approve that.
Well, I'll get the ball rolling, I'll make a motion to approve it, but then I'm not gonna make a motion to amend it.
You gotta make the motion to approve it anyway.
Well, if we get a second, I'll make a motion.
Okay, okay. All right, any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to add one FTE consisting of 3 personnel to animal control.
Okay, yes.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, so the FTE resolution was assembled based on current staffing levels. And an error on Bellwether's part, we missed the
Oh, that's right,
three
that was-
additional part-timers.
Okay,
in animal
sure.
control.
All right. Any further discussion? Oh,
In the interest of being transparent, would you please define FTE so everyone in the room knows what that means?
Full-time equivalent.
Thank you.
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same time, motion carried. What's that? Oh, the change, okay, make a motion to accept the change.
No,
Or the
we
amendment.
just voted on, that's a priority, now we have to vote on the, resolution itself.
The resolution itself, okay, so this is voting on the resolution for the FTE. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same time. Motion carried. Okay, early retirement incentive, this was eliminated in finance.
It was recommended.
It was a recommended, so we make, the recommendation was to just redraw the offer, is that correct?
Right. We've never actually made the offer yet. The motion was to
Withdraw the,
withdraw this, the motion and for the remainder of this fiscal year.
okay, to withdraw the early retirement incentive for this fiscal year. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same time, motion.
No.
All right, item 16, appointments. I'd like to appoint Jeff Kerwin of New Windsor back to the Farmland Assessment Committee. Motion for that?
So moved.
Okay, second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same time? All right. Other business, any non-action items?
I
Okay.
asked if he, have a no tobacco use.
Well, yeah, you know, Carla is correct. We were going to, she was gonna write that up for us. She's not here. And
I asked it to be put on the next.
Okay, let's put it on the next agenda for, just no tobacco use.
Right, in
County campuses.
county buildings. I don't think we should limit, the outside, because somebody should be able to go outside and smoke if they need to, and not have to. Because it's ridiculous to make them walk across the street to light up a cigarette stand.
Okay, so we'll, along with the,
Can you put this in writing for the next board meeting?
yeah, that's what Carla would do.
If Carla's.
Carla was gonna do that, she never got back to me for that, so. All
But
right.
I just wanna make sure it's on the next board agenda.
Okay, next is public comment. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Any public comments?
Hi,
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
thank you. I was just wondering, after Chris spoke to you guys earlier in the board meeting, that if the board has taken a stand regarding changes in its practices with euthanasia of the animals at the shelter. I just, as a citizen and an animal lover, I just want to, I guess, be reassured that the board is looking at other options and cost-saving efforts as opposed to putting healthy, well-loved or could-be-loved animals to sleep. I don't feel that that is a good enough, what do I want to say, a good enough response to cost savings.
All right, thanks.
Susan Smith.
Joe, how many animals do they put down a year, or is there like
I have no idea. There was 2 last month. One was a cat that had been returned after being adopted out. And the other was a dog that's been in the shelter for over 1,000 days and had a birth.
And I understand past practice, and I'm not questioning past practice. I'm looking at what I've been hearing moving forward, that these practices are gonna change and that the animals are going to get a specific time frame of they're either rehomed at that point or they're put down. I guess that's my question to the board.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know anything about, if there's a time limit for sure or not, so, I mean, Joe, we can look into that. I mean, I feel like you.
I would, recommend that we, put this to Bell Wonders.
Yeah, I'll just comment briefly. There does not seem to be a consistent practice. The existing Mercer County ordinance actually directs the animal control officer to dispose of the animal after 5 days of not being claimed, unless the animal is being held for some other purpose. Obviously, that practice has not been followed. That was an ordinance that was passed decades ago. I think the concern that was originally discussed was that there was no policy in place regarding when. And I think, obviously I've heard different people say 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 20 days. It can be 60 days, it can be 90 days, it can be whatever makes sense. I think the issue is that both the Animal Control Act of the state of Illinois and even historically the Mercer County Board Rabies Control Act both do define that it can't be forever, right? There ought to be some kind of policy in place.
So you are going to change from past practice, and are you going to come up with new policies?
Well, obviously we'll be working with the Animal Control Committee. Again, past practice versus existing ordinance are two separate things. There's an ordinance on the book today that isn't being followed.
Correct.
So
past practice has been that these animals, that if they're healthy and they're adoptable, are allowed to stay in the pound until they are adopted. That's past
apparently
practice.
that's past practice. I think, and the burden is simply this. At what point in time is it right for all the taxpayers in Mercer County to pay for animals if they're gonna be there for, what's right? Is it 10 years? Is it 15 years? Is it, we don't know, and I think that's what we're being asked for.
I don't see and this is my personal opinion, and I'll sit down in a minute, but I don't think 5 days is sufficient. I don't think 10 days is sufficient. Do I think 5 years is? Not necessarily, but
And I think it's important, that's what we're saying, right? What is that right number? There ought to be some policy that says 10 days ain't enough, but 200 days is too much, or whatever. So whatever that number is makes little difference to me personally. What it should mean, though, is that at a policy level and an administrative level, there ought to be some guidance on that.
so how is that guidance going to be written and followed?
Greg, I have a question, ma'am. Greg, if the majority of the citizens of Mercer County, and I don't know if we have a majority here or not, but couldn't we put a referendum on the ballot and say, folks, what do you want to do here? If you want a policy that is unlimited, could we put it to a public vote? And then if the public votes for it, then they want to fund it. If the majority of the people in Mercer County, I don't know if we've got the majority here, we obviously have a lot of people, but I'm always of the opinion if the voters of a particular county want their animals to live forever in the shelter and they're willing to pay for it, then, let them, we should follow the wishes of the public. But is this something that you could put on a referendum, or should we put it on a referendum?
I think the voters advisory, but it would seem that if they came up with a reasonable policy, then the public would comment on it, and you get the feel, and that's what the board does. I wouldn't know that the state statute says I ordinance.
I think I'm hearing people say don't kill an animal, period.
Well, the state statute says you have to try, you shall put them up for adoption. So you gotta make reasonable efforts to get the animals adopted, which means, they put little ads in the paper and let people see them or whatever. But I would guess 60, 90 days to sincere efforts.
What do other counties do? Just curious.
It's all over the board. There are a handful of counties that have passed a no-kill policy.
No-kill policy.
There are other counties that have, and it's a wide range. There are some in the state that, and again, it depends on, to some extent, staff judgment. If they feel that they've got an animal that's very adoptable and so forth and so on, that animal may fall into one category, as opposed to a vicious dog classification or something in which that dog would be disposed of much quicker. again, my perspective is, and I'm eager actually for some public input on this. There isn't a lot of guidance, and if folks are interested, tell us that the right answer is 90 days, or the right answer is 120, I don't know why the county board wouldn't agree to that. I think the challenge with a no-kill, and there are counties that have seen this, is if you move to a strict no-kill policy, it becomes an unsustainable economic model around the facility. So,
But it sounds like that's what we've done though, isn't it?
not entirely. I wouldn't say you've done that entirely.
Okay, Jason.
You know, I guess, as we all stand here and we're talking about animal control and how long we should keep an animal in a shelter, is anybody asking the question, what is fair to the animal? Is it really fair for a dog or a cat to be living its life in a kennel for what, maybe up to 1,000 days, as the one example was given? Is that really fair to an animal to be caged, locked up in a kennel 90% of its life?
Okay, Chris?
I think one of the misconceptions is the fact that the dog owners is what runs the county pound, we're not a tax levied entity. And another thing is like that I believe is in question is a feral cat that came in a long time ago, and if you leave the doors open, she won't leave. Before we got air conditioning, we would leave the doors open. This is all she knows. She doesn't cost anything. I'm not saying to keep something in a cage for 1,000 days. That is not what happens. That's not the practice. That's not the way it is. That's not fair to any animal. But I also don't see the sense in spaying them and putting the flea treatment and all of that into it if we're going to kill it in 20 days. That in itself is pretty much the question I believe at hand is it costing or burdening the taxpayers? Essentially it is, because it is a tax to the dog owners. But perhaps that might clear some of that up for you.
Thanks. Any other comments?
Well, I'd like this to go back to the Animal Control Committee, and I think that the policy should come forward with public input, public suggestions, that has some balance between forever and what's reasonable.
Right, exactly. Okay. All right, anybody make a motion to adjourn? Second? Okay, any discussion? All in favor to adjourn? Say aye. Aye, opposed, same time?